Hello. In this video, I will be covering arrays and indexing in C++, which is the first step in understanding fundamental data structures. So, first of all, what is an array? Well, an array is a collection of elements stored in contiguous memory locations, all of the same data type. Arrays allow efficient random access to elements using an index. So an array, again, is a fixed size collection of elements of the same type, and the index is the position of an element in the array, which starts at 0 in C++. Our first example is creating and accessing an array. So an explanation of this example, first, we are declaring an array of size 5 using direct initialization, that being assigning each value of the array. Then, again, remember, indexing starts at 0, so the first element is going to be number 0, the second element is going to be numbers 1, and then numbers 2 is going to be the third element, and so on and so forth. So we are printing out the first element and the third element, which is number 0 and numbers 2 respectively. And then we are modifying the second element from 20 to 25. And we are doing that just by using numbers 1 with the bracket notation. Then we are printing out the modified second element. So let us compile and run this program. As we can see, the first element is 30. The first element is 10. The third element is 30. And then the modified second element is 25. So let us move on to our next example here, which is traversing an array. Here we are declaring a similar numbers array of size 5, but now we want to print out every element, and we're going to do that by using a for loop. Numbers I accesses each element by index. This represents and demonstrates traversal, which means visiting every element once. So let us compile this example. As we can see, it simply prints out each element of the array, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 of the numbers array. Our final example here is going to be summing array elements. Again, we are directly initializing a numbers array of size 5. But first, before we actually sum, we need to initialize the sum to something, which it would make sense to initialize it to 0, because we're starting at 0. And then, again, we are using traversing, but for a specific task now, which is to add that element at that certain index to the sum. So we would expect 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 to equal 25. And that would be the final sum after the for loop is traverses the array. So let's compile and run this final example. As we can see, the sum of elements in the array is equal to 25. So some key takeaways. Arrays store elements in contiguous memory. Indexing in C++ starts at 0. Arrays allow fast access to elements using indices. Traversal is done using loops. And finally, arrays form the foundation for more advanced data structures. If you found this tutorial helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. Please reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great day.